it's going to be rough. Joining Opposo, pretty much half the players. So it looks like they're turning around and heading. Actually, they're going to go south in the end. So we're going to get a fairly rigid split, I think, between the northwest and the southeast. With Hungary sort of focused on the Los Iones area. But I'm really curious, if this is the game where, let's say, we get a circle on the eastern edge, right? And maybe Greece is more comfortable in that sort of the aggressive position, right?
Yeah, I mean, this could go either way right from the start. I mean, you're seeing Hungarian. I mean, I said it was going to be a early game with no fights, and they weren't on top of each other. They are very much so on top of each other. They are completely sandwiched, and you can see already now. Fights going to say maybe next time you have that one on burst.
Yeah, and you just got skirted by the Uzi.
Or his skirt.
So the first kill, but it's actually because Greece only had 31 players. But this nade might be big. If he can get it in the window before Musical peeks now. Oh, he does get it. He gets the knock. So now a 2v1, and I think he saw Scalito as well as he peeked the corner. So, no, it's going inside. So that should flush. He missed the nade. That actually helped.
Yeah, I was going to say it doesn't go in, and therefore it does damage. That's interesting.
That's the second nade he's missed now, but the second time the missed nade has done damage. So suddenly Hungary finding a bit of an advantage here because Michael's come in to help his teammate out. So they got the flush, and now Scalito needs to find a way out of this. But another 2 players are coming to join in. Was it 2? Was it 3? I can't tell. But I mean, it's not long for this world. Nope. He does get the 1 down. It was actually a box pop that actually knocked his own teammate. But no flush is going to come in. So 2 kills the way of Hungary.
Hungarian things. It's all part of the smoke screen, you know?
The master plan. Yeah. Well, I say that, didn't back off from every gunfight in the last map. But maybe they want to be the team on the attack this time. And I mean, they're given an opportunity. There's a perfect opportunity for them to sort of turn it around, for them to be the team that is aggressing. And I think this game is really going to tell the scene for the rest of the match, right?
Yeah, because the better team will just go out and outshine the opponents. But in other situations, the better team on paper can get screwed by a massive circle favoring one team. And I feel like, now, yes,
into the series, but if this goes down once again to another Hungary stomp, I just don't see a way mentally for Greece to get back into the series.
Now, the real question, other than Skurt getting kills, is
he's going off?
Yeah, he's woken up. Like to see it. The question here being, does either of these 2 teams beat Germany?
I think with the way I say, we've seen quite a lot of Hungary, right? We've seen another team kill. We've seen what? This is the 3rd series we've seen Hungary play. And in that first series we watched, round 1, they were really good.
Should be a right circle. Seems like it's moving further up north, so maybe there's something to play around for Greece here.
But I think that was the area that Hungary had quite a bit of control over, at least at the start. They might have left, but they had a lot of control of these compounds on the sort of the center of the circle. Would like to see the map to know just how much. Yeah, it's because his job there was really to act as a roadblock, right, to prevent that Hungarian group from leaving. It looks like they just found a way to drive past. Talking of drive past, Hellcat's not made it through Mr. Korkas on the eastern side, but you see the sort of the central control is very Hungarian. But the fact that it's gone north again, I mean, Hungary still has the high ground now. They still have the high ground of Cimisera. But all of that low ground now can be dominated by Greece. And realistically, it's going to be that phase 4 that decides the game for me.
Let's see. Greece got to start sprinting into the city. And I feel like Mie has 4 kills this game. He's been a massive impact on it. I feel like it's going to come down to Cimisera and how you play it. Can Greece get up the hill and also play the high position? Then there might be a better chance for them to win it.
Yeah, I mean, that high ground in Cimisera is so strong. If you get those sort of 50-50 circles where both the high and low is in. But there is that opportunity where it shifts north, and then suddenly you have to try and get off the high ground. And realistically, you've only got 2 ways down. So there's an opportunity where Greece can sort of pin Hungary up there and maybe turn this into a good game for them. But for now, it is sort of slightly looking in Greece's favour, at least in the kill feed. But only a 2-man advantage of phase 3 is really not the end of the world.
Oh no, it can still go either way. It's I feel like all going to come down to who manages to fall.
I kind of feel like they need to just group up on Cimisera, make sure that Hungary has to stay on that high ground and can't get down, and then just play around the circles.
It seems to me like Hungary is just abusing the fact that, I mean, now they know, okay, these guys will back off if we just commit enough to a push. Greece just never stands their ground. They just constantly run away.
I kind of feel like that's just that is a very Greek circle. But Greece play in these little pockets, right? You see they're always spread out in these little groups rather than forming like these death blobs. And I think that is why they're so defensive. Like if you take it back to game 1, where they had like I think 4 players in the apartment buildings.
And where are they gonna go? I feel like this is gonna be vehicle explosion in just a matter of seconds.
Yeah, this is really good bait. They need that southern group to move in off that.
Garrett again, who gets the kill. 7 kills and counting.
But the Hungarian group on the south has pushed up on this. This is exactly what they needed to do. They need to use that as bait and get up on the ridge. And suddenly they're getting a lot of kills in the kill feed. I think 3 or 4 players have gone down. It's a great opportunity for them to get control of this ridge. And once again, Greece really doesn't have the majority of their forces in this position.
So it's once again the smoke screens. Hungary are just playing us for a fool here. They're acting like they don't have any idea what they're doing, but it's all part of a big master plan to make the opponents confused. And well, you can see it in the kill feed. It's working.
Yeah, we said this ridge was important, and I think Hungary's recognised that. And Greece just didn't put enough players on it for me. Skirts down as well, so there's no hope for Greece. Their hyper carry is out of the server now. So it's all down to these players. But now, like, you're stuck in this low ground. As soon as the Hungarian players get above you, like, what do you do?
Not a whole lot they can do. Even running over the team captain, that's not the smartest idea in the universe. Better metal wins. Might have to go out and buy a cake or maybe a festive beer for your captain to be forgiven.
But look how many Greek players are just sat on the eastern side of this circle. Like, they know probably 95% of the Hungarian rosters in this one position. In fact, I think it's the whole Hungarian roster is in this spot.
Hey, are there any Hungarian players that aren't over there?
They know they're all here. They just need to stack it and just lock them out of the circle because they have that group of like 8-9 players sort of on the southwest side of the map.
Exactly.
But if they can't trade 2 for 1, Hungary's going to walk through them.
There are a lot of Greek players right now who don't really have any impact. I think that's what we can say. A lot of Greek players who are kind of just sitting around, not really contributing a whole lot. I mean, they are alive and waiting for fights to come, but if Hungary is allowed to make this into... Yeah, they're all here. If Hungary is allowed to make this into like 2 individual 17 versus 7 and then a 17 versus 10 player fight, they will always have the upper hand despite the numbers maybe on paper being against them.
The one good thing, the one saving grace that Greece has right now is that they didn't lose this position where Just Knight is, but they still have the edge of this ridge. So Hungary now has to try and play around that and run in the open. And realistically, you're expecting now that these players up on the ridges should be able to get a couple kills each and push that man advantage in Greece's favour.
Let's see, Greece. They once again they have the circle. It's happened before. What are they gonna do with it though? They have the compounds, they have the grounds they want to play around, and now it's it's really up to them to determine how aggressively they want to hold. That's a oopsie. You don't run out in the open like that without your gun out. Now he's gonna be met with bullets in return, though Death does manage to take him down. But as you can see, I mean, Phase 5 is closing in. It's going to hurt quite a bit, and these Hungarian players need to figure out how they want to push it, because it's no matter where they go, it's going to be a push hard in the open.
Yeah, they don't currently have anyone in the circle. There are 0 Hungarian players in that zone, and realistically, there's just no way in. Like, they didn't get control of the ridge. They couldn't take control of the full thing. And I feel like if they had done that, they could have like wrapped on the west where Sudden Nazgul is and Death, and taken control of at least the west side of the map. But it kind of felt like they gave up on the plan. They went towards that eastern side, and now it's just a bit of a shooting gallery for the Greek players. Yeah,
you gotta think that this is going to be a Greek win. I mean, I don't see how it couldn't be, to be fair.
I mean, where do they go?
Way out. Yeah, that's the thing, right? There's really nowhere for them to go. And that's where you gotta... I mean, I feel like this should have been... what we're seeing right now should have been how last game went down as well. Exactly. With Hungary trying to sporadically find somewhere to go and Greece kind of just locking them down. Greece just somehow allowed for them to get the win in that game. And this seems much more like a... it's not as well controlled as I would have wanted it to be on the Greek side, but it is more like they kind of sheep herded them into a corner where they really couldn't go anywhere.
Yeah, I was very worried once we had that like the push on the ridge by the Hungarian players, and it's literally in his pocket. Realistically, by the Hungary, they're all in the same place, getting ripped apart. But yeah, we spoke about taking control of that ridge for Hungary, right?
Yeah,
we said that was the win condition, I think, for that game, and they just weren't quite able to get there. But it kind of felt like Greece tried hard to lose it, and they only put like 8 players at the top, right? And
there you have it.
It's not as close as, closer than the last game, rather.
Yeah, true. 15-0 is